It's time for a Brook and H&H Music Tech Check for clarinet players with your host, band instrument technician Joshua Brannon. Looking at your clarinet mouthpiece, trying to see if there's something wrong with it. What is it that's causing the problem and why you're squeaking or the sound is not coming out of your clarinet properly? Starting here.
So on the mouthpiece, you want to look at what's called the table, the rails, and the tip, and just do a visual inspection to see if you notice anything out of the ordinary. On a mouthpiece in good condition, everything should be really smooth and no scarring on what is called the table, the rails, or the tip. If you see anything, sometimes you'll see where you might have dropped it on the ground and there's concrete marks, or there's a chip missing out of the tip, or sometimes it's just broken off at the top. But then also the cork is chewed up. Well, if the cork is chewed up, then air is going to escape between the mouthpiece and the barrel and cause you to squeak or just notes not to form properly. But on the clarinet mouthpiece, when you have chips in the rail or the tip, sometimes if it's like many times your table can be unlevel. Well, you're not going to be able to tell that. But if it is unlevel, then air leaks from under the reed out and under the ligature. So a technician can look at that to see if that's an issue. But if there's big chips and scarring along the rails or the table or the tip, then it's going to do several things. Yes, air can leak out if the chip was big enough, could leak out and cause issues. But definitely where that scar is, most of the time it's raised. So it's not dented in, it's scratched and raised. And when it does that, the reed doesn't buzz properly across the rail or the tip or the table, and then it'll cause a disturbance in the vibration, and it'll cause you to squeak, and then also it'll cause wear on your reeds. A lot of times you'll have reeds that are splitting at the tip, and then sometimes you'll look and it might be a raised burr or a scratch, or sometimes it's wearing the reed at the rail where there's a scratch. So you want to look at the rails, the tip, and the table to see if there's any scarring. Definitely go in and see your technician. If you have a mouthpiece that's of value, it's $100, $200, sometimes it can be repaired where you don't have to replace it. But definitely if a cork needs to be replaced and it's torn, then we simply just take off the cork, remove the old glue, measure out a new piece of cork, glue it on, and then sand it to fit your barrel. Another thing to look at is, does your mouthpiece have machining marks? You can see real closely between these two how shiny. I'm gonna roll this back and forth, and you can see how shiny the one on my left is and how perfect it is. And then on this one, you can see machining marks. Sometimes those marks can cause an issue, but not as much as you think. Have your technician take a look at those. Sometimes we can smooth those down and finish that mouthpiece out a little nicely for you. But by the time you pay a technician to do that, if they charge you for it, the difference between the two, you could have went ahead and bought a 5RV Lyre mouthpiece or a Selmer product, something that's a little higher quality than a stock mouthpiece that you'll get with the instrument.
Brook and H&H Music stores can be found throughout the Dallas and Houston areas, all with experienced instrument technicians who can help you. Visit our website to find the store nearest to you.